I was on YouTube watching someone who I've been following for a long time, and they rolled out this new program that I was absolutely convinced was going to change not only my life, but my business. And I was completely mesmerized. I just wanted them to take all of my money and take it right now so I could start this thing and double, triple my income with my business because this tool was going to help take me to the next level, right? So I decided to call in. And as soon as I called in, got a really happy representative. Oh, sir, how are you doing? How can I help you? And although I was fully convinced in my mind, I was fully persuaded, I still had a lot of questions as it pertained to this program before I handed over my credit card. And so the sale was really in the bag. I just wanted them to confirm the buying decision that I had already made inside of my head. And so I started asking questions, and I noticed that when I first started asking questions, that the sales rep started stumbling and they couldn't give me straight answers, and I can tell they were nervous that someone was even asking them any questions. And so it went from being nervous to being upset, and I could tell they were upset. They were being really short, snappy with me. And then finally they got really mad and they said, well, it looks like I answered all of your questions. Let's just go ahead and do this. You got the money. Let's go. And yeah, I had it, but they weren't going to get it treating me like that. And the final thing they said to me, and I was literally going to ask my last question, and I was going to hand over my credit card because although they were being kind of short and snappy, and although they were stumbling over some of the information they were giving me, I was still rocking with them because I said, you know what? They're just a sales rep trying to make their money. And I have a bunch of questions that probably people don't ask. And so maybe it's okay to be a little frustrated, a little upset. So I was willing to overlook that until they told me that I was wasting their time if I wasn't going to buy anything. When really they should have said, do you have any other questions before we enroll you into the program today? And to which I would have answered and said, this is my last question, and would have given my credit card. The reason I didn't give them my credit card information is not because I had a problem with the sales rep and their attitude. I had a problem with how I didn't think they really believed in their program. I wanted to be convinced that they were convinced so that we could do this together, and I knew I wasn't wasting my money. I knew what the sales presentation said from the YouTube video, and it made me call in. And if they just answered my questions, it would have been just fine. Them answering my questions would have helped validate my belief in my decision to buy. And I really think we all need to step back and take a look that when a customer puts in their information, when you have an ad going and they put in their first, last name and email and phone number, or maybe they just put in their first name and phone number. When they put that information in, I don't care if they have to type it in or if it's automated. They're interested. They're definitely interested. And sometimes it's not the lead. Sometimes it's us. Sometimes we don't have enough passion in what we do. That's why they're not buying your solar system, or they don't want to purchase a house with you or sell their house. They don't want to buy your sea moss gel or your t-shirts or your hats. They don't want to get their car detailed, their carpet cleaned. They don't want to get their house painted. They don't want you to come out and fix their plumbing problem. They don't want you to come and spray their bugs for pest control. Because when they talk to you, you don't believe in what you're doing. So why should they spend money on something that you're unsure about? I see this happen all the time. And the fact of the matter is, customers don't know what you don't know. So if they ask you questions that you don't know the answer to, you can say things like, that's a great question, Mr. Customer. Is this something that's important to you? They'll say yes. And you say, okay, since this is important to you, let's make sure when you enroll into this program, we'll take care of this concern for you. How does that sound? They'll say, sounds good. It's okay not to know all the ins and outs of what your product is, but what's not okay is when you're not passionate and you don't believe in what you're doing. People can pick up and detect on that. So beyond the expectation management and the objection handling, I promise you, if you can nail down being passionate and really believing in your product and delivering that passion through your words to your customer, I promise your sales will go up. They'll double. I promise it. Have you ever noticed that when a new salesperson who joins an organization, when they start selling, they start doing really good, and we call it beginner's luck? They just started, and then the first day they sell 5 cars. The first day they have 3 people ready to buy a house, and they went through with the mortgage loan officer, right? And we say like, oh, beginner's luck. It's not beginner's luck. What's happening is that they just started, they're on fire, they're passionate, they believe it, and they're ready to do it. But the problem with us who have been in the industry for too long is that we've seen too much, right? We've seen the competitors, and we start to believe that it's not a solution for a customer. We believe that, it's just one of the many solutions that we can offer and that other people can offer it too. We don't believe that we have the solution. We just believe we have a solution because, there's other products out there and whatever. However, you have to have it in your mind that if a customer hangs up without going with you, they made the worst decision of their life, because you don't have a solution, you have the solution, and you have the only solution that's going to work for their business. And I promise you, if you're able to channel that energy and get it across through your presentation and your words, your sales will go up so much. It'll just blow your mind. So yes, work on objection handling. Yes, work on your presentation. Yes, work on expectation management. But for the love of God, work on your passion. See if you really believe what you're saying. And if you take that passion and you put it into your presentation, you're going to see your numbers work wonders. So hope this helps, and I'll talk to you next time.